지금 다운로드 받으세요.
We're back here live at the Nexon Arena with more SSL Challenge Group C. And I am here, Valdez, with Artosis, of course.
Yes, I am here today. My first time at SSL casting. It's a lot of fun. It's a big group. It's a long day. And this one, I think, is one of the most important matches of the night, Impact versus ByuN.
Yeah, these two guys are looking pretty decent overall, but they're definitely going to be fighting for spots to get into the next round, because Rogue and Jockji kind of proving that they are the weaker players in the group. Alive and Deer looking a bit better, although Deer hasn't played too much. It's really between Deer, ByuN, and Impact to get those wins and try to separate themselves from the rest of each other.
It's very, very true, and I think that both these guys seem to be playing quite well today. ByuN right now a little bit further ahead with his 2-0, but only 2 games played for Impact. He's 1-1. That's fine. I think the winner here has a decent edge getting top 3.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they're both absolutely contenders for tonight.
For sure. And this is going to be ByuN's away map, so if he can get this one, it would be that much more important. We are going to jump into Frozen Temple for the first time today. Impact versus ByuN.
No surrender, no trigger, fingers go, living the dangerous.
Here we are on Frozen Temple. Another one of these ice maps, and up in the top left in the red, it is Impact, the other Zerg player in the group. And down here in the bottom right, in the blue, Terran player, it is ByuN, currently teamless.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad about that. I was really hoping a Pro League team would pick him up before the roster lock, but wasn't meant to be, I guess. Felt like, you know, maybe CJ could use him or something, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they just picked up MC. They definitely they needed someone, right? And MC took out Zest, so
yeah. Well,
there you go. It looks like they may have found someone.
Yeah. Well said. I was really excited when I saw MC specifically picked up. You're hard-pressed to find a pro gamer with a better mindset, and it felt like CJ was really down on themselves for how poorly they've all done lately.
Yeah.
So, like, I think someone like MC can single-handedly come in and change the mentality of a team.
I definitely agree with you, especially even the small things. His personality is great. I feel like he gets out there on stage. You know, there's an aura around him. He's got a lot of charisma. And this is going to be 3-Rax Reaper here coming across from ByuN. He's no stranger to this strategy.
No, he has been using this since the beta of Legacy of Void. He's fantastic at 3-Rax Reaper. Does Impact know, does he have something prepared against this? If you're playing against something like this, it's really hard to hold as Zerg. Sometimes we see people try to get into Roach Ravager a little bit off of those 2 bases, but like just going slow lings, you're going to get wrecked.
And the first thing he needs to do is get the scouting information, so he has the necessary information to change up his build. Otherwise, he's just going to have to go blind. And as of now, he is going to see the first Reaper, but this, this could be just normal timing too for Reaper expand. So he still doesn't know.
3 Reapers on the way at the moment. They are rallied, so he will see them as they jump out of the base, and that should give away. As soon as he sees 2 Reapers, he'll know basically what it is, 2 to 3 Rax Reaper, and I'm going to deal with those in pretty much the same way. ByuN very good at the micro of Reapers. Definitely a scary situation here.
Yeah, ByuN taking it slow so far, and Impact has seen the Reapers coming across, but he's still going for Overlord speed and more drones.
The Overlord speed shows that he doesn't quite understand what's going on.
Yeah,
that is just not needed.
Now he just doesn't have the necessary stuff. He made 2 drones. I mean, he needs more links, he needs more tech, but he just used all that gas on the Overlord speed. Not looking good for Impact. He definitely misread the build.
Yeah, he certainly did. You're right about that. I mean, the Overlord speed, he will be able to get some scouting intel, but he needs to just mass lings right now, try to keep these Reapers out of his base, but there are so many coming up.
Yeah, I mean, they can fight against the Queens at this point, and Looks like he's stopped the queen production for now, just wants more lings, and he's keeping them at the top of the ramp. They all have speed right now, so he's going to build them up. And here we go. He's going to try to go for the surround. Ooh. Nice grenade so far. This is beautiful.
ByuN's micro, just insane. These grenades. I have never seen grenades
alive.
this good.
I don't think he lost a single Reaper.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't.
What?
Dude, that was the best grenades. Like, he really...
I've never seen anyone do it quite like that.
Yeah, like wow. I mean, that's just crazy. So well done by ByuN.
It's unbelievable. And now he's really building up a mass of Reapers where he can just straight up fight the queens. And you can see he's doing exactly that. Nice transfuses. He is going to lose one Reaper here.
Ooh, big misplay.
Oh, you really messed this one up, Artie.
Oh, man, he's going to lose now without that Reaper. Now, he's done great damage. Great micro here.
Yeah.
He's not done yet either, too. Like, this is just so annoying to deal with. It's not like he's going to get a lot of damage in anymore. This is part of the reason why he's going double command center behind, but he's forced a ton of lings. We're not even seeing injects land. There's no third base for Zerg. It's tough.
He can delay it for a while. He forces a bunch of roaches to be made. The Zerg is on 28 drones for a while. And as you were saying, now 3 orbitals going to be up and running soon here for ByuN. He's going to really explode in about 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. And there's not much that Impact can really do. I mean, he's got the speed on the Lings. He can't fight against the Reapers here at the front of the base. No. Even if he sends the roaches, this is just too many Reapers.
Yeah, Reapers in this number actually do fine against roaches. Like, you throw it on the grenades and whatnot, and their damage output actually gets very, very high. But we do have a drop Overlord on the way, so it looks like we're going to have a bit of harassment, maybe double-pronged here.
Impact wants to mix it up. He wants to get down and dirty. He's not going to transition into a normal game from here. He's also making Ravagers at the front, which are definitely going to help out against the Reapers. But more and more Marines being made out of those racks. And as I say that, a Ravager does get sniped for no damage. But here's that drop.
Big Ling drop in that main base. How much damage will he get done while ByuN is microing against these roaches? He has a lot of Marines going back in there, did pull those SCVs off, so it looks like the Ling drop in the main is done, but he's still poking to the front, gets a depot, that's all right.
He's getting something, but at the same time, he's not getting any critical damage. I think it would be foolish to expect that out of him at this point, but yeah, he's really just struggling to catch up here, get any little damage that he can get in this game with the units he's already made, and just not overcommit, because he does eventually have to transition here.
Yeah, and I like what you say. Like, you can't expect him to do too much with that, but he knows he has to try to do something. And you know what? He killed a couple SCVs, a couple depots, kind of kept ByuN on his back foot. Like, that mentality is very important. You don't want to let ByuN just have run of the map all game long. Yeah. Like, he's got his third behind it.
Yeah. Let him, float the orbital out right away or anything like that. You can see ByuN is waiting, delaying. He needs to make sure he's safe first, that no crazy all-in or anything like that is coming his way. I think he knows by now, but should be floating out that third orbital sometime soon.
1-1 on the way for Impact, going into those roach upgrades, so that's something he leads over ByuN, but ByuN is attacking in right now. There's a concave at the top, but the army of ByuN definitely stronger.
Trying to dodge the corrosive vials there, but does lose a chunk of those Reapers. Some small harass in these bases as the fight is going on, and it looks like ByuN just trying to force it and find some damage isn't really successful and ends up just losing his Reapers.
I gotta say, I think that both sides are playing this game very, very well. Impact has held on despite kind of misreading it. Felt like the build early on. He's done a good job. He's kind of stabilized here. I wouldn't say that he's in a good spot, but he's in a spot where maybe he can get something to happen.
Kind of scared for him with this push coming across, especially if he doesn't spot it. All of his overlords are on the left side, as our observer was kindly spotting. There's a nice spread. He can see if any drops come in, but they're not in position to see this. And here they get up the ramp, and that's so many Marines with combat shields.
Yeah, he's stemming right in, pushing up here. The Queen's coming out, trying to hit some transfuses. Grenades even going down for ByuN here. Looks like he might have just a little bit too much, picking off the Ravagers here as well.
He's just trying to go in and get as much damage as possible. Snipes a lot of those Ravagers. Kills a bunch of the roaches too, but in the end does have to go back home.
I would call that a pretty successful trade for ByuN. He traded off his Reapers that like lose value exponentially throughout the game, and some Marines for Ravagers, some Queens, and some Roaches. I really like the position he's gotten himself into.
Yeah. Now transitioning into tank production, he's going to have 1-1 here in a bit. Impact is trying to get Infestors out here with no pathogen glands. It's a strategy we've seen out of Dark where he goes Roach Ravager and he makes like 2-3 Infestors to try to hold on while he gets a Hive. But definitely a different spot in this game. He's only making 1 Infestor too. Yeah,
I think this is kind of like desperation at play. He just doesn't really have the money to do too much. He's been on 3 base for so long. Trying to take the 4th base at the moment, but ByuN has harassment coming everywhere. Look at this. We have double Liberator flying in. He has units at the front as well.
This is just beautiful because it opens up this drop at the 4th base, and that's what he wants to get. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get it here.
Yeah, I think he will save it. That's really important that he saves it, but that means another group stims in right now. What damage will they get done? Picking off a Ravager, but they have to be picked up, so not that much.
Ooh, a little drop coming into the back door, too. Impact is trying to fight his way back into this one. And through little drops like this, he may just be able to. Sniping some SCVs will eventually be cleaned up.
You know what, Valdez? Look at this. The Hive is actually almost done. He doesn't even have Roach speed yet. He's sitting on just 1-1 upgrades. Like, there's a lot wrong with where Impact's at, but I love the way he's trying to fight towards something that can bring him back into this game, like Ultras.
Yeah, he's essentially, getting out just barely enough units to hold on. And you can see every fight is super close that ByuN tries to take, and Impact just barely holds on over and over and over again. And if you can't kill the Zerg and you eventually allow him to get up to that tech, it's a whole new ballgame.
Yeah,
Things totally change from there. Now he's got a 4th base up. He has that Hive, and he can go into Ultras now once he can afford it.
Even grabbing a Viper right now, which is kind of cool. Definitely Abducts or Blinding Clouds can do quite a bit for you there. And, refilling the mana, that's going to help out a lot, whereas these poor Infestors he's made without the Pathogen Glands just have less energy than normal. So just trying to get anything he can get to make his trades a little bit more cost-efficient, because obviously ByuN has a better army.
And here we go. ByuN going to begin pushing in here. It's still a while off of these Ultras, and he doesn't have much of a bank. I love this kind of run by. Attempt to draw ByuN's attention away, and there we go. A huge bungle onto a lot of the medevacs. 3 of them going to be sniped. At the same time, this army is still very strong. We'll see how he wants to engage here.
It does throw down some corrosive biles right there. Some great fungals go down, but his army is just too small at the moment. A flank coming around, though. Look at this. Like, Impact is really trying to make this work, and it's not quite working, but like you can see the effort. He's like, most Zergs would have fallen over by now, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
He's so scrappy, he's sticking in it, And here we go, lots of Ravagers have been morphed, and there's only 1 medevac here, but still, it's still not enough. At the same time, as we keep saying, he's still fighting, he's hanging on. He is going to lose these 2 gases, which definitely hurts with Ultras on the way. He has to spend all of his gas and minerals too for units to stop this push, which is never a good spot to be in. Let's see if he can hold on.
Blinding Cloud forcing the units way far back right there. Has that Viper coming up. Blinding Cloud on 2 Siege Tanks as well. Very nicely done, but look at this. He can't tank anything. As soon as his army starts attacking him, he loses everything.
No 1 tank even surviving with like 3 health back there. Trying to come now in, but Liberator's joining the fight and begins to look worse and worse here for Impact as he loses his 4th.
Yeah, no way, no how is he going to hold on to that, but he's still got like an okay amount of spice, still got an okay army. He's going to see what he can do with this, and I think ByuN just has to group everything at this point. That's very important. If he gets caught with half of his army, he might still lose this game.
Yeah, let's see where Impact wants to go from here. Kindness plating on the way. He can't even really afford 1 Ultra at this point, but it's kind of like the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
If he can hold on and make like a couple of Ultras to survive, And he does snipe a couple of Liberators, and there's still, like, no medevacs in this composition. I don't know. There's still only one medevac with, like, 5 health right now.
That's kind of crazy. And, in fact, these units so bruised right now. A ton of corrosive bios come out. He dodges most of them.
He's got no energy. He's fighting against straight-up bio, and at a certain point, this begins to work out. As you can see, he's taking better and better fights.
Yeah, he does have that +2 carapace at this point as well, helping out a little bit. More Ling run-bys are attempted. ByuN has done a great job of shutting those down all game, though, and he is taking a 4th base. Sure, Impact is too, but as a Zerg, this is a hard spot to play from. The only Zerg that we see do this successfully is Dark. Like this kind of, okay, I'm 3 base versus 3 base. I'm kind of on Hive Tech. I have a weird army, but I can still win. And seriously, we were talking so much about this today, how we need another Zerg that can do this type of play. And Impact so far is kind of showing it.
Yeah, he's kind of getting it, you know?
It's not quite there, but like...
And he did have a bad start, to be fair.
Yeah.
He totally misread the 3-Rax Reaper, did not respond to it well, and did get behind. But he's fighting his way through. Another run-by is going to go to the natural, and here we go. Nice lift there by ByuN to keep alive his main, essentially, but still more Lings running around the 3rd and natural. Does cancel the 4th, or rather kill the 4th base of Impact, though, which is definitely a nice move for ByuN.
He's kind of playing Refugee Zerg right now, you know, just throwing bases up wherever he can try to get them to finish. But ByuN is on top of things, going right after them, deleting them before they can really mine anything. But we do have some Ultras on the way.
Yeah, let me see exactly. He's got 2, now 3, with 2 more on the way. So he's going to have 5, but...
Yeah, and they have the Chitinous Plating and +2 Carapace, and +1 melee attack. Like, I think it's still just not quite it.
He shouldn't fight here. He needs to wait for his other Ultras to pop out.
Yeah, he needs even more than that, I think. But some Fungals go down. Nope, loses an Ultra right there.
Does do a bit of damage with the Corrosive Bile and the Fungal, but...
A lot more medevacs now for ByuN, so that's going to be cleaned up pretty quickly.
Well, he needs to hold this 4th base. I think if he loses this, it might just be game. There are a bunch of Ultras now on the map, but, you know, how is he going to take this fight? It looks like he wants to go for a flank, and let's see if it works this time around. He's going to buy as much time on that hatchery as possible.
Well, that hatchery looks like it's going to fall. He doesn't force him back at the very last second. The flank is coming in right now.
Coming in from the south side, the Ultras are just getting burned down immediately as Impact supply just falls. And he can just focus those down.
These units are getting pretty low as well. The thing is, his Ultras are almost gone. These are mostly Ravagers taking all the shots here from the bio, and Ravagers just do not last long. These guys are like hybrid unit / spellcasters, so like you cannot have them in the front.
And you can see ByuN is being super greedy with not making enough medevacs the entire game. But he has more room for other stuff, more bio, more Liberators in the mix. And it's been working out so far. So, but he really does need to heal up that army now. And you can see he's kind of just moving back. Can't quite end this one.
Yeah, it's ByuN with his 4th base up, even with these counterattacks. Not very much that Impact can do at this point. There aren't any other like decisions or micro or macro or any types of plays that he can make that are really going to be able to swing this back from ByuN. He's going to make some Ultras. He's going to hope that he can maybe land an insane Fungal, some great Biles, something like that, and roll away with it, but that's really his last chance.
Or he drops 5 Ultras into the production and ByuN doesn't respond for 30 seconds.
There you go.
Yeah, that's my move, man. That's
all right.
That's the Valdez strat.
I'm getting sick deja vu right now. You've said this before, really? I think. Something.
I don't think that I have.
No? Are you trolling me right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I just got sick deja vu.
Is beautiful in many ways.
Oh man. I think I'm a time traveler, Valdez. Did you ever see that movie Deja Vu with like Denzel Washington?
I think I may have, or maybe that's the Matrix I'm thinking of, but.
Oh my God, you're funny.
Well, here we go, Lings into the 4th base, and this time ByuN's army is very out of position, so not taking a bad trade there, but
those Fungals not good enough.
He needs better Fungals than that. Sorry, Impact.
Not even sure what the Fungals are he needs.
Look at that! Look at the pre-split there by ByuN. that was like the AI splitting. He already
Yeah.
knew where that fungal was going to land.
Alpha ByuN over here. Way too strong. You know what? This was a nice game, though, and GG, ByuN definitely deserves this victory.
Yeah, he takes that one, and that was an away win, too, so...
Yeah. So let me...
Yeah. You got to write that down. My pen started working, and because...
Yeah, I'm sorry, I stole your pen. And
they're both actually your
share.
pens, so...
That's okay, but...
You stole back your working pen?
Yeah, ByuN with the away victory, and then we have Impact with his second loss here.
Yeah. We're actually trading a pen back and forth
died.
on
I'm
cast.
really sorry that pen died.
This pen
We're going to throw that pen away
did not
later.
work out, sorry.
That pen is not making it out of the group stage
No,
tonight.
he's
that pen
dropping
and
down.
Jockey are both pretty screwed at this point. But, okay, so really good play by ByuN. He's really securing his place at the top of this group with Alive.